Greetings, beautiful people. So in this video, I'm going to talk about Area 51 aliens, and I'm going to give this disclaimer. All right. What I am speaking here is not 100% fact. Okay. Do your own research, because I don't claim to tell you everything. Okay. I don't claim to know it all. Okay. I don't know shit, and I'm learning every day. I welcome more knowledge and more information. Right. Things connect more dots because the guru is reaching out to me. You know why? Through synchronicities, like I mentioned in the last video. They say that the guru looks for you when you're ready. You are the guru looking for yourself, okay? And there's going to be moments where you go through really, really dark times. And I know these dark energies, man. I'm telling you, I feel them. And it's just something that you just have to try to understand, okay? Try to understand. But check this out, okay? Let's talk about Area 51. See, they want you to think that all the technology is there. See, the government is for the people, by the people, right? Yet they say that if you go near their top secret laboratories, they could shoot you and kill you, right? But they're for the people, by the people. So why are they going to kill you if you approach something that they're working on, all right? And if they're for the people and by the people, then why are they hiding shit from you? You get what I'm saying? Why are they hiding shit from you? You are the all, right? But I also mentioned the fact that you are the government, right? So now, let's say there are controllers here, okay? Which is all extensions of you, because if you focused on it and you paid attention to it, it became a reality in your life. It's just like if you have a thought that you're a millionaire, that reality already exists. It's just you becoming a match to it so that you can attract or just merge into that reality, because that's all we do. We merge into shit, right? We merge into shit. So we already know, because it's been popular now and it's been promoted so much, that the government has Area 51, that they have secret aliens there, the spaceships and flying saucers and little green men, right? Look at the words they use: spaceship, okay? Your space is your spirit and you're in a vessel. So this is your spaceship, okay? You have flying saucers, and I see the word saucer, I see the word source, the source, flying saucer, right? Mr. Space Cadet, okay? I am perceiving something, you perceive something else. If we're both looking at an image, it don't necessarily mean that it is our image. It's my image because I'm looking at it, and it's that other person's image because they're looking at it. It's that other person's perception because they're focused on one reality and they're looking, maybe focused on the same thing. Now that reality just got very empowered because a lot of people are focused on it. They even put signs outside of Las Vegas with aliens and spaceships and all that. You don't think that that's good? That's the promotion. Same way like David Icke and fucking Alex Jones and all these conspiracy theories. They love them people because they are promoting the false illusion that's going on here. Okay? So this is where I've come to believe that the technology, they say that the government advanced so much in technology, right? They used your own body to advance in technology. How are computers and laptops and all these ran? They're ran under gold and quartz crystals. That's what you'll find in computers: gold and quartz crystal. What empowers you? Gold and quartz crystal. When you meditate, doesn't it raise your vibration? If you're under the sun, doesn't it raise your vibration? When you ground, don't gold and being a high conductor of electricity and quartz crystal raise your vibration? You're electromagnetic, right? Your energy. Now, Nikola Tesla said, if you want to know the keys to the universe, think of energy, frequency, and vibration, right? What are you? Your energy. You emit a frequency and vibration, okay? Everything's energy, but if you look at what is the latest piece of technology, what is the most advanced piece of technology here, if you really want to look at it from one perception, okay, you have a heart. An anagram for heart is earth, right? You have the solar plexus. You have the earth literally is right here. So you have the earth right in here. This is your human nature. Your primitive is your bottom, your feet, where you connect. And then you have the higher self, which is on top, okay? So if you have earth here and you have all the rest of the organs, okay, and you know that the chakra systems are co-governed by planets, okay, and you also have your organs co-governed by planets, that means that they are a reflection or an extension of planets themselves. You have something like the autonomic nervous system that does everything on its own, okay? Systems outside of you do things on their own, don't they? You work with those energies. So you don't know how to connect and work with your own energies. This is why you become in tune with nature when you become in tune with self. Okay? A lot of people just want to look at nature as just another god, another religion, and you sit outside and you think that you're going to be empowered by just standing outside in nature and you're not even properly tuned in. You can't even properly sun gaze. Okay? You need to look at the sun and blink and know how to eat the sun. The same way you got to know how to eat your food. You properly chew your food because the digestion starts in your mouth first. So you properly chew your food, right? And the saliva is literally one of the first juices that it touches before it goes into your stomach. And this is what helps break down the nutrients in the food, is through the mouth. And you also detox through the mouth, which is why when you fast, you actually feel pains in your throat because you detox through your mouth as well. All right? So you chew your food correctly. You listen to information correctly, which is why you should tune into videos that you watch. Okay, so this way you don't come from a space where you want to just judge everything and then start to want to, criticize the video or anything like that. Because if you're watching it, you consented to watching that information. Okay, you consented to eating that. Just like if something, let's say if I'm going on a fast and I'm addicted to chocolate cake or cheese and bread, and I say, no, man, I'm not gonna have that because that's not good for me. Okay. But then you give in and just eat it anyway. It's the same way we feed into drama. We feed into fucking the propaganda of the world. This is how it works. Okay? So what are you properly eating? Are you tuning in properly? And when you tune in, don't create belief systems around shit. What you do is let the energy flow through you so that you don't have any blockages. It's equivalent, I mentioned before, like you eating food and not being able to take a shit. It just stays in your stomach. How do you think you're going to feel? Okay? Same shit. So if you watch conspiracy theorists, if you watch any of these dumbasses on fucking YouTube telling you go watch Alex Jones and fucking and David Icke, fine, do it. You could do whatever you want. But at the end of the day, what you do is you just take what you need, but don't take it literal. The same way when you read the Bible, you don't take the Bible literal. What you do is you take the information and you figure it and decipher it for yourself. You get what I'm saying? You got to decipher it because it's set up in a way where language is set up for confusion. Okay? We all know this, which means that this is not the original language, which means that we are the aliens invading this motherfucker. Okay? This is why you see the people who are the people that want to be are in power and they have control of this because they learned how to master the body. Okay? You're in this vessel. Okay? Whether you're conscious or unconscious of it, you learned how to master yourself in this vessel. The only thing is that somebody else controls it because they know something you don't know. Okay? Which is why knowledge is power. So you can start to empower yourself. And then you go through, this is how you connect to wisdom. Okay? You can learn from everything outside of you. Just don't take it literal. Do your own research and have your own perceptions of things. And I'll give you this advice. Anything that you see that has nothing to do with you taking accountability or empowering yourself, then it's not going to serve you. You have to do things for yourself. Nobody can do it for you. Even information, you got to understand something. Information is not going to do shit for you. You have to literally get the knowing yourself by going within. Okay? That's like me explaining a psychedelic trip. I can never put it into words and I can't even have you understand what it is that I'm saying because it's something unexplicable, something that doesn't really even have to do with anything that it happens here in this realm of reality. You would look at me like I'm a fucking crazy nut. Now, I haven't done psychedelics, but I've had experiences, okay? Now, the way to control anything is get to know the ins and outs of it. Why do you think this is why I say whatever is happening outside of you, learn it. Learn it and use it to your advantage, like businesses. When you work in a job, right, and you want to get promoted, what do? You learn the ins and outs of the business, and then you get promoted. You could climb up in the company, right? And now, this is outside of you, okay? But how do you do it? You mind your business first, right? So you learn the ins and outs of the company and you get promoted. Why? Because you learned operations, you learn money management, you must learn customer service skills, which is people management. You got to learn a lot of things before you even climb up the ladder, okay? But how many of us conscious people really know how to work with each other? Because they'll create this illusion of separation whether they're awake or asleep or not. It doesn't matter, okay? See, it's up to that. I'm not pushing anything on anybody. It's just about me giving a message, and if they want to take it, they take it. If not, some people will resonate with this. And listen, I'm going to give you the advice. This is how I came to, okay? Because just a little while ago, all right, I was in like a world that completely has nothing to do with what I'm doing now, okay? But I'm also not getting lost in the world of consciousness and awareness and spirituality because if not, it's just another motherfucking religion, Okay? When I say I don't eat meat, I don't eat meat for a reason that I've made very, very clear. Okay? You see, you become influenced some way. And the key to this is being sober. You stay sober. Now, if you want to get drunk, you can. Because when you get drunk, see, here's the thing. See, if you're going to drink alcohol, you can drink responsibly and use it for cleansing. Sometimes you got to poison yourself in order to cleanse. Okay? Turpentine is poison. You clear parasites out with that, right? You could take alcohol. Alcohol is a poison, but you could clean out with that, right? Right? So you could take psychedelic drugs and you can heal with that, right? But you may experience some fucked up experiences because there's a healing involved. Healing, when you're sick, your body heals. It raises a fever. Do you feel good when you have a fever? No. It's knowing how to manage this machinery. So if I'm going to eat meat, right, I'm going to do it for the purpose of either grounding, okay, or for many other reasons that I don't wish to talk about here because it's not about this video, but I will in another video. Breathing. Do you think there's just only one way of breathing? There's different breathing techniques, okay? Different ways to cover the nostrils, the right and the left, okay? Now, there's different ways of sun gazing. There's different meditative practices. It's not just meditating fucking and fucking sitting there like a gnome, like a monk. It doesn't work that way only, okay? All you're going to do is relax. And look at the word repeat, and then lax, okay? Google the word lax. You'll be surprised what the fuck that word means. So, the technology, these people were able to climb up this ladder was mastering this system. See, you master the outside system, okay, by climbing up the ladder, okay? And if you're good enough, you could become a CEO. That's literally in the outside system, that's God mode, okay? That's God mode. But if you look at the government, how it's ran, there's a president here. There's no king or queen. This is not a land of sovereign people, because if not, it'd be a king and queen. But instead, what you got is a president. You got a vice president, right? But who's the CEO? You don't know who the CEO is. Even when you're in a company you work for, you basically never even get to meet the CEO. Do you notice how you may not even meet the president, but you'll meet the managers, right? You'll meet human resources if you have a problem. You don't go report your problems to the CEO or the fucking president. You report it to the supervisor or the manager or human resources. How is this government ran? You got mayors, governors. You got the branches of government, the executive, legislative, judicial. The judicial was your part of. That's the court system. Why do you think you get invited to go do jury duty? Learn the shit. Just learn it. And nobody's attacking you. You see, they're doing what they need to do. They're doing what they need to do. What they're doing is they're utilizing you the same way you would utilize your employees if you were a CEO. Maximizing your profit, maximizing your energy. Sometimes you'll never meet the president or the CEO of a company, okay? It's the same thing here. You become your own CEO. But sometimes you gotta fall back. Because, see, half of you can't even manage being in God mode. Let's say if you had the keys to this planet, what the fuck would you do with it? What would you do with the people? Because half of the messages I hear from certain people, it's all about separation. We're already in separation. Where's the unity? The unity, the separation is coming from lack of understanding, and that's lack of knowledge. Lack of knowledge, the judgment is all lack of understanding. That's ignorance. See, your attention is directed toward being at work, toward managing bills, and you cannot pay attention to the shit that you're supposed to. You start paying attention to bullshit that has nothing to do with you. This is why they say mind your business. Mind your fucking business. Your world, this is a world that you're in. You're in somebody else's world. It's time to fucking grow up, man. You know, you see kids grow up, right? What's the first thing they do? When they're going through the first thing they do is they stop believing in Santa Claus and the Easter Bunny. So when you start going through ascension here in this consciousness, right? You stop believing in God and Jesus. But then as you grow up, you still got to mature. You still got to mature. Become independent. Because you're still under your mommy's fucking titty. When you move out, right? It's equivalent to you moving out of your house. You move out of your house. See, we look at it as, oh, the prison planet. But then I said prison body. There's different perceptions. You could look at it as many ways as you want. Because the way I made the video on the dog being a representation of unconditional love, a dog is genetically modified from a wolf. So are we're genetically modified too, and we're even cloned. So we talk about universal laws, the divine laws, right? The law of consent. But if I make a copy of you, right? Because half of you put, I'm an organ donor on your fucking licenses. That's your DNA. They can do whatever the fuck they want with that shit. If you have organ transplanted from one body to another, that person's personality will completely change. There's many videos on that. So what does that mean? You are your planet. You are your influence. You are your world. You have your own persona. I can be whoever the fuck I want to be here. So we talk about authenticity. I look at a child who's 3 years old. Are they acting? Look, reverse engineering your vessel. And here's the thing. They talk about pedophilia and, the kids that go missing. Okay. So let's say we want to look at it like this. Let's say that these children were cloned. Okay. And these stories were made up. And they say that all these kids went missing. Okay. They made a copy because they can't create. And I already mentioned we're in an archon fucking realm, right? That everybody says that we're in an archon realm. Archons can't create. They can only copy and paste, which is why they utilize us, right? So if they're copying and pasting us, they can replicate something of like us and reverse engineer it. Or they may say, oh, the government, exchanges. This is what David Icke says, that exchanges, people in place of, for more advanced technology. I mean, there's a lot of ways you can look at this shit. Even when you say under control, the government is under, you're under the government's control. You're under control. Like I mentioned in my other video, okay? I used to drive very, very fast, okay? Very fast. And what I did was I drive a truck now. Now I can't drive fast anymore. I created my own limitations. So now I am under control from driving that fast. But did anybody do that? No, I did it myself. I can't drive fast anymore. You create the same limitations outside of you. So the technology, everything that you see outside of you is literally an extension of you. It's you. Even the fucking computers. The phones, they're not fucking, that's shit. They say the phones, the fucking TVs, everything's listening to you. You're listening to your fucking self. It's you. Everything is you. Everything, you're your own fucking planet. This is your world. Is the earth flat or round? This is why I made the video. Is the earth flat or round? You may not like that fucking video, and I don't give a shit. All right? The earth is whatever you want it to be, whatever your perception of it is. I told you I was having a conversation with my girl, and she's saying my son, and, she's looking at him, and I'm looking at my son, and she goes, no, that's our son. No, I'm like, yeah, well, it's really my son, and that's your son. I'm looking at him, and you're looking at him. So you're looking at him from your point of view, and I'm looking at him from my point of view. See, everything here, we want to talk about unity, ours. It is ours. We're collectively one, but we're perceiving everything differently. Even truth. Your truth is your truth. My truth is my truth. So all this shit that I spoke about, Area 51, okay? There's codes everywhere. 51, don't think there's not a fucking meaning behind 51. Don't think there's not a meaning behind fucking even being in Las Vegas, Nevada. All right? Notice how in Las Vegas, Nevada, the taxes, there's an exemption. Listen, everything has a meaning. And this video will be very, very long if that was the case. This technology that we have, the way the system works, you look at how DNA works when you eat, how it changes the DNA expression, okay? People talk about the depression. Depression could be many things. Lack of expression. But the depression is a healing. Go watch my video on the healing that I made. Why it's not easy. See, depression, okay, could be you getting a reset. That's all it is. It's a healing. Healing is never going to be easy. But it's a lack of expression. And the lack of expression means you disconnect. People look at the word alone as a bad thing. Being alone is good. All one. Al-one. A-L-one. Alone. Not lonely. Alone. Now, when we look at love, for example, love is based on relationships, right? The relationships that we have with people determine the experience that we have, and we know if we are coming from a space of love or not, right? If you have a bad relationship with yourself, how do you think everybody else is going to treat you? How do you think you will be treated if you have a bad relationship with yourself? People will treat you the way you treat yourself, based on your mindset. Do you spend enough time with yourself? Do you sit with yourself to get to know yourself? Learn about yourself, even the mechanics of yourself? This is even important. Do you think that your higher self doesn't appreciate the fact that you're learning about yourself? A lot of people go and spend years and years in college learning about shit that has nothing to do with them. And half of you can't even fucking get jobs when you graduate. So what the fuck does it matter? You gotta pay a fucking crazy ass bill. College tuition. Tuitions, I see the word institution in there. You became instituted in something. See, right now, the way I see things is like this. Learn about yourself. Okay? You fight fire with fire. It's very easy. How does the government, the ones you say are in power, right? Because they're not empowering me. I just utilize it to my advantage and that's it. And I'm fucking growing, but I'm also going through these growing pains. And it fucking, it hurts. It hurts. And I feel for people who put that energy out. And you know what? That to me is valuable. It may look crazy, but I got so much out of it. There's people who will resonate with the message you put out. But eventually it comes down to just everything is self. You see, your most strongest tool is faith and belief. And that's what they use against you. Okay? Because they want, even in religion, why do they say have faith in God? Right? There's certain mysteries of God that can't be explained. You just got to have faith. You see, your energy and your faith is directed in the wrong place. Directed towards self. And you'd be surprised that the guru is going to start talking to you through synchronicities. People, places, and things are going to start talking to you, and it's up to you to pay attention and decipher it. They're going to talk to you in such a way that you're going to be like, wow, what the fuck, man? This shit is amazing. Life is going to start to look magical to you because you can't believe the fact that things are on your mind and they're just coming, they're just answering you, like literally answering you directly. The guru is talking to you. There's no guru outside of you that could do shit for you. Because if there was a guru that was truly enlightened to a point where it was like, you know, monumentally enlightened, he wouldn't even belong here. He couldn't be here in this realm of reality. He couldn't be here. He couldn't be here. He'd be vibrating too high. He wouldn't exist. He'd be disconnected from all. Because he ascended past it, everything. That's the true disconnection. Again, I don't claim to know it all right? Do your own research. This is not all fact. This is just my perception at it at the moment in time right now. Terms and conditions are subject to change.